Since the GTA 6 trailer dropped recently,
We did it! Right, we did it!
and gained more views than the population of Congo, I'm going to rank all GTA games from worst to best. Placement will be based on how much I enjoyed the map, the gameplay, the story, the radio, and everything in between, judging by both how I remember the experience from the first time I played these GTA games as a child to how well they hold up to me when I replayed them as an adult. So these games won't be a part of the list. And I'm going to say this now, I will make you mad, particularly with this placement and definitely with the 5th placement. And I'm going to be biased as fuck. So let's start at the start.
Sorry, babe. I'm an ambitious girl.
I feel bad for putting this one at the bottom. It feels like cheating. It's like kicking a child in the face for not knowing algebra. And since I put this one at the bottom, that's exactly what I'm doing. I didn't really enjoy this one back then, and it didn't really age that well. I'm mostly blaming it on the fact that this was the last GTA game I played in the 3D universe, so I already experienced the good stuff. Let's start with the story. You know, it's simple. I'm pretty sure they weren't trying to create the best story of all time, and it's funny because they state that you're like on the hunt to find and kill your ex-girlfriend because she betrayed you, but what actually happened is you start taking jobs for random dudes and coincidentally she gets intertwined. The missions in GTA 3 could be described with 2 words: dumb fun. And the missions, they are beautifully not linear. I like that. One example from early game was when you were tasked to destroy these trucks. You could blow them up or do something else. You know what I did? I hijacked them one by one and I drove these trucks straight into the ocean, and I took the last one to the junkyard. Now, I'm not gonna drop any names, but if I did that in a certain GTA game, I'd get a mission fail screen because they were your best friend in them. And funny enough, they're your best friend here too. Let me explain. When you reach this part of the map, moving forward, you gotta have a lot of patience and upgrade your resilience to bullshit because you're gonna experience nonsense and pain in its purest form. When enemies see you, especially if they look like this, drive this car, or have this gun, congratulations, you're going to pound town. If an enemy is dressed like this, drives this car, and uses a gun that sounds like this, get ready for that trip to the hospital because I can guarantee you the nurse is waiting for your arrival and they're excited because they know you're going to pay the overpriced medical bill. Any mission that requires you to drive quick, you better not be a split second late because you're going to do it again and again and again. Then you make it to your destination on time, but oh, it's not that simple, boy. You weren't supposed to crash because if you lose a little bit of paint from your vehicle, you're gonna do it again and again and again. Now Claude, top tier character. I really love the way his voice actor emphasizes emotions in some scenes. When he said, like, oh man, I felt some emotion. I'm glad that they could reprise their role for our GTA Online protagonist. Now, I'm going to be 110% honest with you. If I had a crazy Colombian girl and she betrayed me by shooting me in the head, I would track her down, turn the city upside down, and I would beg for her forgiveness. We need more crazy Colombian women on this earth. What's the script, right? The comeback, respectfully, it's bad in current times. I can't speak for how it was back then because I first played GTA 3 in like 2010, 2011. Maybe it was more tolerable in 2001. But I didn't have fun when it came to shooting in the late game. I was on some, does she love me? Does she love me not? Picking a petal from a flower. And what I mean is, before I did a mission, I took a flower and asked, is there gonna be comeback? Is there gonna be comeback not? And when there wasn't any comeback involved, pull out the fireworks, pop that champagne. It's time to celebrate. And if there was,
Oh my god.
the map of Liberty City is very interesting to me. You know, back then as a child, I hated it. It looked disgusting, it looked sick, and it looked dirty. But that was the game plan. That Liberty City vibe, that Liberty City feel was so unique and grimy. When I replayed GTA 3 recently, I came to appreciate it. I also wanted to go back in time to slap younger me because I cannot express how much younger me hated Liberty City. And I need to teach him a lesson. Any rendition of Liberty City will always shine to me when it's dark, foggy, or when it's raining. When it's raining in Liberty City, that's when the map is at its most beautiful. And I love that feeling, especially when I'm in Portland. There was also some very interesting design decisions, and in current times it's very easy to look back at GTA 3 and say, ew, why did they do this? But that's not fair, because when you take the first step, it's time for a lot of experimentation. Some things work, some things don't, and some things need to get improved upon. So it's not fair to judge. We're still gonna do it, but it's not fair. Firstly, whenever you crash your vehicle or destroy one, you get money. That was kind of weird, but I understand the vision. When you're beating someone, the camera shifts. Thank the Lord that never came back. Also, replaying GTA 3, it made me so grateful that it is standard for developers to make the camera move around the player model at will in third-person games. From now on, whenever you play a third-person game, I want you to be like those kids in kindergarten. I want you to say, quote unquote, thank you game company for making the camera move in unison. Because when I played GTA 3, having a stiff camera caused so much issues, especially when it came to gunplay, my lord. Now, time to talk about something important. In this version of GTA 3, there is no map. Navigation is piss poor and practically non-existent. And I hope it doesn't sound like I'm complaining, because this is my dirty little secret. I liked it. Yeah, I know, I liked it. I don't know how to describe it, but you felt rewarded for familiarizing yourself with the map. Like in this clip, right, I was doing this mission and I had to lose the cops without destroying this vehicle, so I had to make it to the paint spray and quick because my vehicle was really damaged. Usually you look at the map, find it, then go to it, but you can't do that. No, you have to understand your surroundings. So I was driving around this part of the map and it created intensity. Since I was searching for the paint spray, I ended up finding it, and then after that experience I subconsciously started taking notes of key locations, and because of that it just felt so good to explore. Now the radio station, the best one is easily the game. I ain't gonna say too much about the radio station in this game, but it's solid. The cops in this game are crazy, Lord have mercy. When you reach 3 stars, it's game time, bro. You're going to know what abuse is when they get on you. You know what's funny? I thought these cops were chump change. I was like, nah, they ain't aggressive, because when you have 1 to 2 stars, they're light, but when you reach 3 stars, everything goes to shit. It's survival of the fittest. They're gonna go crazy. They want your blood and they'll do anything. Sacrifice their own men, done. Break every law in existence and put innocent lives in danger, cool. Bomb Croatia, complete. All you have to do is see a clip of someone getting chased by the cops to understand, because they will bully you, especially if you're unfortunate enough to be on foot. You won't last long if you're on foot. Lastly, the theme song. Oof. It's a gem. It's so nice. I really like it, and it, kind of fits well, even to this day.
Lazy bastard ain't brought any cash in.
I'm going to try and keep this one short, but Liberty City Stories, man, the game's placement speaks for itself. Funny enough, this is probably the 3rd GTA game I played the most in the 3D universe. Let's talk about Tony for a second. He's just alright to me, I'd compare him to Grass, he's just there. But someone I did like was his mother. It was wild when she sent hitmen after you. That caught me off guard the first time that happened. Someone else who I really liked too was Vincenzo. And if you play the game, you'd be like, whoa, hey, why him? Bro, he was disrespectful, so disrespectful that it was funny. I loved seeing him being disrespectful. Even though when he was calling his mother there on the phone while he was getting some top, okay, that was wild, but he was so disrespectful. And the rest of the story, I didn't care. I really didn't care. I didn't care about the mafia families. I didn't care about the Forellis. I didn't care about the Sindacos. They were just there for me. One thing I also noticed is that the voice acting is better compared to GTA 3. You can tell Rockstar was starting to get comfortable. The cops in this one, my lord, they're determined to get you when you reach 3 stars, but not as aggressive as GTA 3's cops. And they cannot go 5 seconds without throwing Spike on the road. Yo, the game also came with a bunch of improvements compared to GTA 3, like both character models and cars have been improved, and the game just looks better, especially when the sun is shining. I like it. The enemies are still my boogeyman, but they aren't as scary as they were in GTA 3 and Vice City. It's just that if you come 5 meters in front of them, I'ma keep it straight, you're getting railed, especially if they got the gun that sounds like you're hitting tennis balls. The world was also more alive compared to GTA 3, like there was people striking and just random things going on. The radio was also interesting. Back then I thought it was garbage, but when I replayed Liberty City Stories and listened, I understood its beauties. My ears must have been damaged back then because there was so much gems. My favorite is the Liberty Gem and the theme song. I know there's a lot of people that really enjoyed this theme song, but me personally, man, just turn that shit off, man. Alright, I'ma make you mad with this one. I know some people like this one, but I am not some people. It's not even bad or average at that, but I just found it boring, man. Like, where do I even begin? Oh, I know the story. If I could summarize the story, this is what I would say. First half, guns, violence, bikes, brotherhood, loyalty, tension, biker things. Second half of the story, guys, I can change it, guys. I can change it. You sure did, buddy. Okay, that's not actually what happened, but still, me personally, I wasn't really feeling the story after the gang got in the Civil War. And this dude, all my days, I was disappointed in the way Brian dies. He continuously talks shit about you, continues being annoying, continuously does tricks on Billy's nuts. And the way we kill him is done the same way we kill any other civilian or low life enemy. No, no, no. Rockstar, honey, baby. We needed something different. We needed some creativity. I wanted to be like the Chinese in the 1500s. Act like the Spanish Inquisitors in a shady basement. The way I was gonna make this guy scream. But honestly, Johnny as a character would never do that. And yeah, that's true. But that's why his girl got And speaking of Johnny, I like him as a character, but my love for his character was fading every time this person kept coming on screen because he was tolerating her nonsense. And since we're speaking about Ashley, I'm going to tell you guys straight, I don't like Ashley. Whenever I see her name pop up, man, whenever I see an A pop up on the minimap, I'll go to it when I have nothing to do. Whenever I see her on screen making some sort of physical contact with Johnny, I'm just glad it wasn't me, because if she was touching me in any way, shape or form, I'm tippy-toeing away from her like those Looney Tune characters, and I'm like, hey, respectfully, just don't touch me. You know, I was tolerable at first. I was like, nah, you know, she's a junkie, she's gonna be interesting. But when she got you working for that Pacino guy, because from this moment on, the gang started to experience a lot of nonsense, like losing Jim died. Jim was family. Jim was my boy, and he died because we got involved with this fool. And I'm not gonna say any names, but he would have been alive if someone hooked on ice didn't do something stupid for the ice. And since you did that, Johnny, you deserve the boot. I mean, damn, she was manipulative as hell, talking about can't wait to see you. Then when you see her, there's like two Slavic guys waiting because she owes them money. She asked them dudes for a loan. Also, she can get the love them with your mind, never with your heart, because you might end up doing nonsense like this. Like whenever she calls you, you know she's going to use you. Like, Johnny, bro, where's your brains at? Oh wait. Okay, I'm gonna stop with the jokes. You could also say another moment the gang experienced nonsense was when they got into a civil war, and I thought it was gonna be major. I thought it was gonna be the central plot of the story, the main driving force, because bro, this is spectacular, this is major, this is big. The civil war only lasted for 2 missions. After killing your boys, Johnny says, we don't need numbers, we need brothers. But in GTA Online, they need numbers, not brothers, because they're getting killed by everyone. Johnny once said, the last used to mean something. They used to represent something. And they still do. They represent the worst missions in all of GTA Online. The lost now means the punching bag gang, the generic goons that's always popping like a balloon. But I can't bash them too hard because in GTA Online, the lost always gives me that 100% ROI on my coke. I'm broke in GTA Online, but the lost feeling generous. They landing a plane and it's filled with so much of the stuff Ashley's hooked on. I'm just gonna take it. You know who I really liked in The Lost and Damned? Malk and Deshaun. Those clowns were funny. One thing I also liked about The Lost and Damned is that you could call Terry and Clay for backup. And those guys, they were my brothers. They were my boys, and I loved calling them for backup. And it was also cool seeing how if you call them in certain missions, you get different outcomes. Like here where Ray's boys are after you and you call Terry and Clay, they'll set up an ambush point. You see, that's why I love them, because they do stuff like this. One thing I hope they never do in the next Grand Theft Auto game is that they should never make the bikes ride like how they did in The Lost and Damned and that whole GTA 4 sphere. Whenever you hop in a bike in The Lost and Damned, you better hope your relationship with God is tight, because when your bike turns 10 degrees, and it's worse here in The Lost and Damned because you're primarily riding a bike. But oh, it gets even worse because a lot of the missions, especially in early game, your boys be like, hey man, let's race. Then you speeding, and then you reach a point in the road where the road starts curving, and then your bike goes skr 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 skr. And then if you have a passenger, it gets even worse, because when your bike is going skr 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 skr, they're busy telling me, learn how to ride a bike, or I thought you knew how to ride a bike. Like, bruh, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Another thing I disliked about The Lost and Damned is that everything became grayer. I know the art style surrounding GTA 4 is quite controversial. Some love the grey, some hate the grey. But for me personally, I didn't really mind the grey in GTA 4, and definitely not in the Battle of Gay Tony. But I think they were pushing it a little too much in The Lost and Damned. My eyes were getting bored. I need something visually appealing, something with color. I know what they were going for. It was all part of design, but nah bro. I will say that it looks really nice when it's night and when the weather's overcast or raining and all of that. But when the sun is out, the smoosh is out. And last thing about The Lost and Damned is that it has the hardest intro in the GTA universe. Don't lie to me, man. Like, damn, it almost got me buying a leather jacket and a bike. GTA Chinatown Wars is very interesting to me, because whenever I think about it, I always end up surprised, because I didn't expect to have as much fun as I did playing a game like this. You know what really shocks me about this one? Their approach to everything. First, let's start with the story. They didn't hold back parodying Asian culture. You haven't even started playing the game and already they busting jokes. You learn that your father has been killed and the killer stole the family sword that's very important to your family heritage. The thing is, your father won that important sword from a card game. The way the story was also presented to you through static slides was something I didn't think I would like, but the way the characters are drawn and the general art style that's associated with Chinatown Wars was actually pretty pleasing. It's just a bit weird when they try and convey heavy emotions, but I really like the art style. And the main character, Huang Li, I hope I said that right, is underrated. I really like his approach and mentality to everything, and don't lie to me bro, homie's got a little bit of drip. He's swagging with that jacket on. This might sound crazy, but after playing Chinatown Wars, I don't think Rockstar likes the media bro. With Chinatown Wars, they were leaning way off to the arcade-like gameplay, causing interesting changes to the gameplay, and I'm not gonna lie, I liked majority of it. Like the police system. Now, this was actually unique. How come this police system hasn't been expanded on? In the 3D GTA games, you lose the cops by going to a paint spray, or if you have one star, you just drive. In the HD ones, you lose them by hiding out of sight. But in Chinatown Wars, you gotta ram a certain amount of cops, then wait a bit or go to a paint spray. Bro, getting into a chase and losing cops like this was so fun when it worked. Because when you presented this type of mechanic, you think you'll be riding down a highway and then boom, you hit the one on the left and then you hit the one on the right and then you escape. Unfortunately, in reality, majority of the times, you're gonna lose the cops based on the cops' ignorance rather than skill, because a lot of the times they'd just be crashing into everything. And the driving in this game, it's too fast. It's too fast for these narrow roads. If I get into a chase or if I have to pick up speed, it's written in stone that somehow, some way, I'm gonna crash. These streets are way too tight. If I hear it's a skill issue, I'ma slap you. These streets, they gotta let me breathe. They gotta let me breathe. Chinatown Wars was also more interactive than any other GTA game, and this I'm feeling mixed about. On one hand, it can create interesting situations, like I gotta escape from the cops, right? I'm on foot running and I find a car. Now I gotta quickly do this mini game to quickly hijack the car, or else the cops will catch me. Also, when you're filling up a bottle with gas for Molotovs, the more accurate you are, the more Molotovs you get. I like that. But then on the other hand, it gets unnecessary. Like, do I really have to spam L1 and R1 to dig in the dustbin? Did that the Saints Row reboot down there? The economy in this game was also proper and quite interesting. We need more GTA games with this type of economy, because it can get brutal when it comes to making money, but you're also kind of limited. So in Chinatown Wars, selling drugs is the game's main mechanic now. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, if you ain't on the streets selling crack, you ain't gonna get far. If you ain't ruining families by selling acid and pills, your bank account will never reach 1,000. If you wanna make it far in the story, but you ain't pushing kush in low income neighborhoods, forget it. Forget it, the game circles around you pushing drugs. There was also a few things that you could do that were really cool in Chinatown Wars, like you could scratch the lottery tickets to win something, stealing ammunition trucks to get really cool weapons. I would love to see stuff like this happen in GTA 6. Now, I have a theory, a game theory. I don't think Rockstar likes it when you steal things from trucks. You could steal unique weapons, but by hijacking those ammunition trucks in GTA Chinatown was. Then it was never seen again. In GTA Online, you could blow up the back of a group sex van and everyone loved it. Now we're just gonna take this out the game for approximately 8 years. Now the sad part, the radio station Rockstar Honey Baby. This is supposed to be your bread and butter, bro. This is supposed to be your specialty. Why the is the radio so trash, bro? It sounds like it came from a Ubisoft game. I want to give the game's radio the benefit of the doubt, but it's so trash. Just turn that shit off. I would rather listen to the car's engine, bro. But they did nail it with the game's theme song. It's a banger. I love it. Okay, listen closely because I'm going to rock your world right now. The description of the game states that the story will be about how one man climbs to the top of the criminal empire in Vice City. Remove that garbage now because that's the side content. The main content of the game is this: you get a cheetah and it must be yellow. It needs to be night and the goal is to drive down Ocean Drive while listening to the radio while the music takes over and tranquilizes your soul. I need to get weapons, but oh lord, self-control is playing, so I just gotta wait. I want to do this mission, but I made the grave mistake of tuning into the Wave 103. The music was just so good. And you know what else was good? The story. Let's talk about the characters first. Instantly, my favorite character, Mr. Diaz, because I can relate to him. I also get angry a lot. Unfortunately, I don't got the cash to destroy my furniture, but one day is one day. The narrative side of the story was also Tommy's a top tier character. When you think of Vice City, you think of him. I don't know, man, it's just something about him, man. I don't know, his aura, man. He has the swagger to him. Then there was Lance Vance. How can you not love him? Oh, is it because of the ending? Well, that never happened. And then there's Ken. It was a blast seeing him on screen, but there's a reason why I placed this game where I did, and it's because of playing the game parts. Moving, shooting and all of that, it was trash, man. Any mission that involves combat, I cry real tears, bro. I'm not even joking. When I hear this during a mission, I break down from trauma. Also gotta give Rockstar credit because in 2002 they managed to simulate something with accurate precision. What happens when Tommy and a League of Legends player come in contact with water? They die. One thing I do love hearing is the radio, and guys, let's be honest with ourselves. Flash FM is the best radio station in Vice City. You remember the first time you hopped in a vehicle and Billie Jeans was playing? That's what I like. That's what I like. I have a personal request for Grand Theft Auto 6. When you first hop in a vehicle, instead of Billie Jeans playing, replace it with Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. Come on, guys. Y'all don't see the vision. Y'all don't see the vision. One thing we can all agree on after playing Vice City is that we all wanted that blue Hawaiian shirt. Don't lie to me. We all wanted that Hawaiian shirt, that blue Hawaiian shirt in our closet. The cops in this game were interesting because in general I feel as if I could hold my ground with them, but they were most dangerous when they set up roadblocks when you had 5 stars, but that's just my opinion. Finally, the map, it's beautiful. Aesthetically speaking, this was the most aesthetic map in the 3D universe. I mean, guys, Ocean Drive. When I saw Ocean Drive again in that GTA 6 trailer, I cried real tears. Disclaimer, I did play GTA 4 on the PC version with no mods because I'm too lazy to jump into all of that. And I experienced so many bugs. It made me remember that Rockstar just gets cirrhosis or something when the thought of making a good PC port crosses their mind. The story. A lot of people say that this story is the best in any GTA game narratively, and I agree. From a narrative perspective, it's the best and I loved it, but playing it, nah man. Let me tell you how to make a GTA 4 fan blush. You approach them slowly, then get to their ear and whisper, "You'll be raiding an abandoned warehouse and shooting it up." Ooh, now they got chills running down their spine, but you haven't sealed the deal yet, so you get a little bit closer. Then gently hold their chin, and then you lick your lips for extra spice, and then you whisper, "And you'll be doing it for a third of the game." They will bust. If you tell them there will also be an unnecessary car chase at the end, you're done. You've sealed the deal. Congratulations, A+. GTA 4 is the most repetitive GTA game in history. I don't know what was going on with the level designers. Were they paid right? Were they going through some serious times? I don't know. Rockstar Honey Baby, we needed some sugar spice and everything nice when it came to the mission design. Whenever I saw go to Nweremere, I know I'm shooting up an abandoned warehouse. And yeah, you can say it's realistic, but it is realistic, right? It is realistic. It's also realistically boring. I need some spice, baby. And even though I did place GTA 4 this low, Nico Bellic is the best protagonist in any GTA game. And this game has my favorite type of character from Rockstar games, corrupt government officials with a lot of power. Now, I'm feeling lucky, I'm feeling confident, and you don't win in life unless you take risks. So I'm gonna invest in GTA stocks early. I'm going to say it right here, right now, that GTA 6 is going to have the best story out of all the GTA games when it releases. Am I glazing a bit hard? Duh. I'm doing tricks on it for free. One major thing I really don't understand with what's going on with Rockstar is the physics. It was perfect in GTA 4. It was perfect, yeah. Then they toned it down after GTA 4. I'm guessing it's technical limitations. I don't know. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't mind how the physics are in the later games. Guys, it's just me. It's just how I feel. It's just how I feel. It's not a deal breaker for me. I don't mind it. Now I'm going to say something controversial. I'm about to put my stance on a war that's been going on for over a decade right now. A war that's been going on for so long, you think it's happening in an impoverished African country. I did not like the driving in GTA 4. For me personally, it was way too slow and some vehicles were unnecessarily weighty. And with some missions, you're supposed to be zooming, high-paced action nonsense. But then you look at it a bit and you're like chasing someone on a golf cart or something. And I know it was intentionally slow because if it wasn't, you were going to be zooming everywhere. The map was really small. And even though I did say majority of the vehicles felt heavy in GTA 6, I would love if some vehicles gained a little bit of weight like in GTA 4, because in GTA 5, nah man, too much cars felt like sports cars. It's like a yin-yang situation if you think about it. GTA 4, most of them are too slow. GTA 5, most of them are too fast. Now, the radio station. It's going to be hard to say this, but for me personally, the radio station in GTA 4, it was weak. Trash. Garbage. Okay, how I described it was a little bit of a stretch. It wasn't that bad. Now let's talk about the radio stations a bit. Massive B radio station. This radio station had the best energy in GTA 4. Hell, it is top tier in energy. I'd probably rate it top 5 best radio station when it comes to the host and energy. Liberticity. How can you not love the radio host or the energy? In fact, how can you not love Jamaicans in general, bro? Then there's the beat and all the others. You know, in GTA 4, for me personally, the radio stations, with the exceptions of these ones, had 1 or 2 really good songs. Then everything else, I was also quite stunned, to be honest, because judging by the time period and the setting, it's quite interesting to look and see the radio station choices. They ain't bad, but I felt more could have been added, not including a radio station that focused on 2000s pop, toxic, sexy back, promiscuous, break the ice, anything from the Black Eyed Peas. A radio station surrounding that genre of pop could have been good, but it's not here. That's a miss in my opinion. Also not including a radio station that focused on dance pop. That was really big back then, especially from 2005 onwards. Run It, Hollow Back Girl, Ponder Replay, Give It To Me. Yeah, that was also a big miss in my opinion. A whole radio station built around that genre would have been perfect. The closest thing was Electro Chuck, but yeah man, nah, that wasn't my favorite radio station. I felt like Rockstar dropped the ball with the electronica scene in GTA 4. But to be honest, you could make the argument that it wouldn't really fit in the world they were trying to build. And you know, I could see the argument, but come on bro, let's look at the episodes of Liberty City. What radio station did they add? Vice City FM. Like, come on man. But yeah, you know, that's cool. Each their own, you know. Now, let's focus on the positives, the 3 that stood out to me. First, Vladivostok FM. This is why you gotta appreciate the people that work on the radio station at Rockstar, because why am I jamming to Slavic music? Why does it slap? Why is it so good? They managed to put the right songs from all sorts of life. What's the secret? I wanna know the secret recipe. Then there's Radio Broker. What can I say? Radio Mirror Park, I hold it to higher regards in GTA 5. So you shouldn't be surprised that I hold Radio Broker up there, even though yeah man, there was some really bad songs in this radio station. Then there's the Vibe 98.8. This radio station is dangerous, because if I listen to this radio station while I'm in Algonquin, I'ma shut down. If it's raining a little bit, then I'ma really shut down. Picture this, bro. Neo is playing and I'm cruising down Star Junction. The vibes are unchallenged. Got me feeling like I'm in those R&B music videos. You know, those ones where they just be chilling at the back of a taxi singing while they look out the window as the rain comes down. Then it randomly cuts to a few people dancing in the middle of the street shirtless as the rain comes crashing down for no logical reason. Then there's this song, Golden by Jill Scott. Ooh, this is the type of song you play in a convertible when you're cruising down a long road, when your button shirt is unbuttoned. Now, out of all those radio stations, the best one for me is Vladivostok FM. Now the map, this is personal taste. Liberty City is my least favorite setting in any GTA game. But in GTA 4, the tone and depictions of the late 2000s in New York, oh, it was good, it was beautiful. I mean, judging by the tone alone, it would probably be second place or rivaling Vice City, but that's my opinion.
Troy, get over here.
This is what a good expansion looks like. There was so much good changes that came with this one. But let me tell you my favorite one. They toned down that horrendous piss filter. Liberty City looks so much better, so much better. This should have been standard, to be honest. And because it wasn't looking so great, I spent most of my time in Liberty City through the Ballad of K. Tony. Now this is gonna sound weird. This might sound a little strange, but this game taught me how creative you Americanas can get with slurs. The story, I can't lie, you know, it's not too hard, it's not too cold, it's just a fun time. Characters were super funny. Yusuf was wild. Whenever Yusuf was on screen, it was like watching a comedy movie in the early 2000s. Now I'm going to say something weird and strange about the cast. I didn't like them. I didn't dislike them, but I loved to hate them. And you know what I'm talking about? The people that surrounded Tony's circle are a good example. God, they are annoying. You, we do not like you. You, we also don't like you. And you especially, we really do not like you. And you know what? Nah, I want to take a moment to vent about this guy. He died a game late. I know it would have been a bad thing if he magically disappeared, but my lord, it should have happened somehow, some way. You know who I love a lot? Bruce. You know who I hate a lot? Bruce's brother. Not because he's a dick, but because he was dishing out a 5-course meal of the Ballad of Gay Tony's worst missions. I hated doing his missions. They were so lame, they were so boring. And the chatter that came out his mouth made me want to turn the monitor off. I just hate him. But on the other hand, Yusuf's missions were a treat. They also paid in Arab money. He gave checks in Arab money. I love doing Yusuf's missions. Whenever I saw that Y symbol on the map, I ran like a dog. I was asking myself, okay, what are we stealing now? And you know I'm rubbing my hands like these. I'm rubbing my hands like these. And he's got to be the top 3 best character in the Ballad of Gay Tony. Like, bro, who else would come to your aid in a gold chopper? I just love this guy. Tony was also a cool character in the Ballad of Gay Tony. I loved hearing the chatter between Luis and Tony. My favorite moment between these two was when you were in the chopper tailing Packy and they were just talking. So, since they added Tony in GTA Online, you probably think that I was happy. But no, it made me sad because I knew his character was gonna get GTA Online. He also dropped this real line.
Money makes a man do strange things. Pussy makes him do stranger things.
And the radio, in the Lost and Damned, I didn't speak about the radio because the changes were minuscule in between these GTA 4 games. Adding a few songs in one radio station ain't gonna shape it. But for the Ballad of Gay Tony, I have one thing to say. One thing that's gonna be a really hot take. If a radio station plays 80s tracks and the game ain't taking place in Vice City, it's gonna be a doo-doo radio station. There's going to be one really good song and then the rest will be trash or slightly above average at best. Now Luis, I have to be careful with what I say about Luis because there's a group of people that pledge their allegiance to the character of Luis Lopez. You know, he's fine, but he's no fun. He reminds me of a certain GTA character. He's also very serious, man. Even though I think all the GTA games under the GTA 4 sphere has an element of repetitiveness, this one was the least repetitive. And the Ballad of Gay Tony is gonna spoil you. It's really going to spoil you with toys. I love to play with toys and they were just giving out toys, especially one man, Yusuf. That's why I love him. Dude is so random. He'd be like, hey man, check this building. Oh, take this shotgun with explosive shells. Or he would call you and be like, hey man, take my gold car and check the compartment for that gold SMG. Shit, you wanna fly my gold chopper? One thing I also loved about the Ballad of Gay Tony is that they brought one activity and I loved it. It reminded me of another game that I really enjoyed to the bloody bone. but was mishandled. But it's fine, it's fine. The dancing minigame was also cool and different. I liked it. So how come we haven't seen it again? You can be in the club on GTA Online, but the dancing is whack. Rockstar Honey Baby, you guys have the blueprint. You guys have the blueprint. Lastly, the theme song. If you hate this theme song, you probably think scratching a ceramic plate with a fork is good music.
Rip people off and get paid for it. It's called capitalism.
I gotta be honest with you. I think GTA 5 is better than GTA 4. And I know what this means. Saying that GTA 5 is better than GTA 4 in the GTA community is like going onto the streets and saying that you're a witch during Salem times. But I gotta be honest with you, and I gotta be honest with myself. When I was a teenager, I was there. I was going with the crowd, saying, yeah, GTA 4 is better than GTA 5, GTA 4 is better than GTA 5. Saying it just to fit in, not forming my own opinions. But I'm in my 20s now. I'm a big boy now. I can form my own opinions. Unfortunately, they're not good. And since I got that out the way, it's time I face the music. And then put another round in me for all the Johnny jokes I made earlier. Okay, now that that's out the way, let's properly talk about GTA 5. Honestly, I've replayed this game more times than I can count. It's the second GTA game I played the most, and if I was to rank these GTA games based on gameplay alone, GTA 5 would have been first place for me. Let's start talking about one major thing, character switching. I'm telling you right now that this thing, it has crazy potential, crazy mad potential, but in GTA 5, gameplay wise, this was one of the best things to be added in GTA 5. Narratively, this was one of the worst things to be added in GTA 5. Character switching, in a gameplay perspective, it was so nice, so nice, because it gave the devs a little bit to play with when it came to mission design. A good example is that Missions 3's company. After you get Mr. K, the game says, yeah man, have fun, and it leaves you alone. As a child, I loved this mission. I kept replaying this mission, doing this mission from different perspectives. And recently I saw a comment where someone said this mission was GTA 5's Eureka moment. And I'm just so glad that I'm not the only one that thought that, because these are one of the few times the game's mission design gets off your neck and says, hey, do what you want to do. Then the game goes back to being on your neck. One step forward, two steps back. Perfect description. Character switching has so much potential to shine, but that weird linear and restrictive game design that Rockstar loves is holding down. It's blocking the lights. It's blocking the light, not allowing it to shine. In RDR2, you can somewhat make the argument that the linear design is necessary for the cinematic moments and all that. I didn't really have a problem with it, but in GTA 5, it's like the game is dangling keys at you, telling you, we ain't gonna be as restrictive. You'll do one mission and it won't be as linear. Okay, so you tell yourself, I'm gonna go crazy in the next mission. Maybe be a bit strategic and plan. So when the game allows me to switch, I'll have good position or something like that. But because the second you start thinking like that, the game is going to drag you back on track and say, who told you not to follow our linear path? Then 2 missions later, the game dangles those keys again. Then you branch, boom. Mission failed. But the potential, it's there. Rockstar Honey Baby, the potential is there. In terms of mission design, you could play around with this concept so much more. We've heard this a million times. Having 3 main characters removed potential depth in the writing, and that's the most common complaint I've heard. But I'm going to be honest with you, I said this before and I'll say it again, something like this can work. It can work. But in GTA 5, it felt like they bit of more than they can chew, because at the early to mid stages of the story in GTA 5, it was coming together. I was genuinely very interested in the story. Then when you start stealing those cars for Devin, was it the story just ends. The story just ends, bruh. It ends because they needed to do so much. The story felt like it took a lot of twists and turns, and then it never had any proper conclusion, so half-baked at best. Especially when it came to the ending. You know, if you picked option C, when I first played this and they assigned me to eliminate all those other type of antagonists, I was confused, you know, because I really forgot some of them. Mr. Chang, I forgot about him. Stretch, I forgot about him. You know, it was half-baked. In my honest opinion, I liked Franklin the most out of the three, but even I felt that Michael was the main character. Take out those sections when you're introduced to a main character and cannot play anyone else for a brief period, and 90% of the story surrounds Michael POV. And I've said this already, gameplay wise GTA 5 is the best to play through out of all the GTA games, including you, man. I'm sorry, but it's just facts. It's just facts. I already stated that, but I gotta do it again. I also wonder how people will view GTA 5 after GTA 6 releases, because in my honest opinion, I feel like it's overhated. Back to the narrative side, I do think that in GTA 6 they will do a better job narratively, seeing how there's 2 main characters instead of 3, and that they will be closer. But I'm going to spoil the Grand Theft Auto 6 story for you. It's not going to end well. You wanna know why? Because it's a love story, and love stories never end well in any GTA game. In GTA 5, I also love that each main character had a special ability, even though I did find Michael's one. Nah, it was a bit useless, bruh. Tell me the difference between this and this. I can't see the difference. I must be blind. Someone help me. But Rockstar, I see what you're cooking up. I like this. I like this. Now, I do got a few complaints, as high as it is. Firstly, what happened to the comeback, bro? That thing is garbage. And what makes me more confused is that you guys had the blueprint. You had the blueprint in the game before, and then the game before the game before, and then the game before the game before the game before. Like, I'm confused. I don't feel the weight behind my attacks. I could be fighting the meanest, toughest guy on the block. I'm talking Romanian final boss type of guy, and it would feel like I'm smashing mashed potatoes with my fist, and 80% of the people just die on contact. I punched them once, guess what? They died from a heart attack. Rockstar, honey, baby, I don't understand the vision. But the comeback will probably be better in the next Grand Theft Auto game. Judging by Red Dead Redemption 2's comeback, Rockstar, man, come here, man, do not make the same mistake again. I appreciate good hand combat and the map. I love this map, but it can make me mad. This map is overhated. Los Santos in the HD universe is a gem, but you gotta give Rockstar credit with this one, man. They really made the biggest map in GTA history feel like the smallest. Honestly, that's a crime. And even though it does feel small, the Los Santos part of the map was proper. I appreciate it. I loved what they did with it. Do yourself a favor, just go into single player, not online. Do not even think of touching online. Just go into single player and just explore the map. Just walk around and explore the map. You will come to appreciate. If you've been playing GTA online for a really long time, it can dull the map. Trust me, because I really hated this map. But then when I went back into single player, I was like, oh no, this is beautiful. Then in GTA Online, don't even bring it up, bro. The online component doesn't do it justice. Now, GTA 5's radio station, this is top notch. Top 5 best radio station in any GTA game. I might even stretch it and say top 3. It was so good. It's so beautiful. The variety, ooh, the variety is there. The bangers, ooh, the bangers are also there. Every radio station, there was a certified banger, except this one. But we do not count you guys. And I'm being serious. Just think of all the classics that came from the radio alone, especially non-stop pop. And me personally, I'm a Radio Mirror Park kind of guy. The radio station is made for people like me, people that go out of their way to listen to garbage just so they say they don't fit in. Personal favorite from the radio station, everything except this one. No, it doesn't sound good. They're forgetful. Something else that is also quite forgetful is the GTA 5 theme song. Okay, it's not that bad, but the heat wasn't the same. I'm not gonna lie, it's alright, you know, but it's no Soviet connection. It's no it's no do. It just doesn't have the same ring, but it's not that bad. It didn't stick. Funny enough, every other OST did, bruh. They were bringing in talent. You telling me the Alchemist produced this track? Goddamn. And then the radio host, oh, they were also blessed with talent and personality, especially when you look at the ones that they brought online. Personally, for me,
Luis!
oh, I love this one. I really love this one. Back then, if I wasn't playing GTA San Andreas, I was playing Vice City stories. Let's start with the story. It's the classic Vice City narrative, building a drug empire in Vice City. And I'm just gonna start off by saying this story, it's overdone. It's overdone. Come on, man. I love my drug empire stories, but we need something different in GTA 6. That's just my honest opinion. As much as I love Vice City stories, Vic Vance ain't better than Tommy as a character. It's just facts, bro. Number one, Vic, where's the drip, bro? This is nonsense. But the fun aspect, the gameplay aspect, the submissions aspect was better. I enjoyed it. The Domestobot mission was chef's kiss. A lot of people praise GTA 4 for being dark, gritty and down to earth, but the blueprint was here. The blueprint was here. It was also there, but we're focusing here. When I found out this game was an underrated GTA game, I cried real tears. My heart was shattered. I love this game like it's my own son. I mean, shit. Even Rockstar don't even talk about this one, probably due to licensing. And what makes everything worse was all the cool mechanics, features and additions that came with this game. Being able to buy your weapons back when you die or get arrested, being able to swim. I'm not throwing shots, but you could swim, and most importantly, being able to buy businesses and build an empire. Ooh, I loved taking over businesses and growing an empire in GTA Vice City Stories. Top 5 best things to be added into a GTA game. I miss it. I need it back. I know you can own businesses in GTA Online, but honestly, it's not the same. It's not the same. In Vice City Stories, the city just looks graphically better. Just turn this bullshit off, man. It makes it nauseating. Vice City shines, especially when the sun sets, and I like that. But why, or why did majority of the interiors from Vice City close in Vice City Stories? I am ashamed by that. The gunplay, it's still trash, but the enemies weren't gonna hit you from Mumbai with accurate precision. When I hear do 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 do, I don't cry real tears no more. But my lord, the enemy bloom is insane. But I ain't complaining. Let me not complain. On the other hand, your allies love murder. I feel bad for this guy because when I aim and swing in the air, he gets murdered. Pray for this guy because since he doesn't like me, my boys crave murder. They are so accurate with guns. I swear they can shoot a coin from the moon. A lot of people praise GTA 4 for its on-foot combat, with a lot saying it's the best in any GTA game, but the blueprint was here. The blueprint was here. Now let's talk about something important. The radio station, the music. The sun is setting. I'm in a Phoenix going down the highway, letting the little / non-existent hair follicles on my head sway with the wind. Phil Collins is playing on the radio, my friend. He's putting my soul in a trance. The radio is beautiful. But what is the best radio station in my opinion? You'd probably expect me to say something like Flash FM, but this is Vice City Stories, bro. Paradise FM, it's a gem. It's got the right type of disco playing, and that Paradise that plays whenever a new song plays, oof, is just oof. Thank the Lord I wasn't born back then, because if I was in the club and I heard some of the songs that were playing on Paradise in the 1980s, I'm hitting that booger sugar on the dance floor, no questions asked. Then there's Emotion. Even though Phil's best song was on here, Emotion was better in Vice City. Then there's V-Rock. V-Rock could be the best radio station in GTA Vice City Stories. The songs on here were elite, and the chatter between Cousin Ed and Laszlo was so entertaining. So entertaining. That's one element I liked about Vice City Stories radio station compared to Vice City and the others, is that the radio host had way more personality. But I'm gonna be honest with you, the best radio station in Vice City Stories is the Wave 103. And maybe I'm a bit biased, but come on guys, The Cure is on here. When I hear The Cure playing, I blushed. But other than The Cure playing, there were so many bangers on this radio station. It's beautiful. And also, the chatter was just funny. Just listen.
On the way.
He spake my name.
Your business is being attacked. Your business is being attacked. Your business is being attacked. Previously, I said that I like the fact that you can take over businesses. But my lord, every passing minute, your business is being attacked. So much so that it feels impossible to keep all of them in good condition because they will get attacked. Let me tell you something. If you start taking over businesses, I can tell you with confidence that you just gotta give it 1 minute max and someone will attack it. Another thing I like about taking over businesses is that when you do, wherever you took that business from will start attacking you randomly on the map. It added a little bit of paranoia, a little bit of consequence. You just be chilling, then all of a sudden, drive by, boy. The only problem with this is a lot of the time the AI just kind of short circuits and they chase you down, but they don't attack you, they just there. I don't know if this was just my emulation settings, but this was the glitchiest GTA game I've played. Even when I played this game heavily back then, I remembered experiencing a lot of bugs. And let's talk about the OST, the theme song for Vice City Stories. Ah man, you know, those kind of trash, and let me explain why. I mean, it was just, bro, man, just listen to it, bro. Can you hear it in the background? It's not it, man. It's not it. But I also think that it was also due to the game plan they had with the OST. Do you see how annoying that is? Every cutscene in GTA Vice City Stories, it has that cut. I don't know what's going on, man. Maybe it's because it may be due to technical issues, but I don't remember it being like this in the previous GTA games. Maybe it's because they wanted it to run well on PSP, because I do remember playing this a lot on the PSP. I don't know. I'm just theorizing right now, but yeah, man, there was a lot of cuts, man. It was getting weird.
What about this blender? It's really good. It's sort of works.
Come on, man. Come on, man. You knew this was gonna be number one. Dad, how was it like playing GTA San Andreas for the first time? It was beautiful, man. Man, pause the video. Stop, man. Just stop, man. I'm getting emotional. I feel bad for the folks that didn't experience San Andreas during the PS2 days. Not the PS3 version, and definitely not this garbage version.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
San Andreas was lightning captured in a bottle. There was so much things that can be replicated into a new GTA game, but there's also so many things that you just can't, in my opinion. For example, the map. This is my favorite map in any GTA game. We all know this map is iconic, we love it, but I just can't see another GTA game having 3 cities linked together like in GTA San Andreas at launch. Then the story, man, what can I say? What can I say? It wasn't no GTA 4 gritty and dark wara wara nonsense, but my lord, I loved it. The story of an LA gang member trying to escape the LA gang life, the story of corruption with the LA police force, the story of the LA bro. What was wrong with LA in the 90s? The story was just filled with memorable characters. Really loved Caesar, but my lord, I loved Officer Tenpenny more. The game also just gave me trust issues back then, because when you found out Big Smoke betrayed you, I was in such disbelief as a child. I was getting night sweats, tossing and turning in my bed as I try and sleep. But that image of Carl finding out Smoke ratted them out kept replaying in my mind. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat, I couldn't do my grade 2 math homework. The pain was real. And we gotta talk about the RPG element of the game. I really love this feature, and they brought it back in GTA 5, but it was so watered down, I didn't even care about it, bro. Now, what I'm going to say is going to be a bit controversial. I really did like the RPG system in GTA San Andreas, but I don't want it in GTA 6. Whoa, hey. It's just facts. I don't want it in the single player mode for 6, but in online, it would be perfect. It would be a huge miss if it wasn't in the multiplayer, but that's just my opinion. I would also like to personally get on my knees, shed a few tears, and then get on all fours and lick the feet of the employees at Rockstar that decided to adjust the gunplay for San Andreas. Just to show my gratitude, the gunplay is so much better compared to the game's older brothers. It aged a bit, it did age a bit, but it's still playable. It's still playable. The radio was just dishing out bangers too. Even though Vice City's radio station had the best bangers, San Andreas had the variety in the bangers. Dude, San Andreas got me listening to country music. Country music. All my exes live in Texas. I know you were singing that song in the shower a few times, bro. The radio station that achieves the award for being the best in San Andreas is The Dust. Bounce FM is a close second, but bro, can anything compare to flying in the Las Venturas desert while listening to White Wedding? I don't know. I don't think anything can compare to that. Put respect on The Dust, man.